So we're going to be talking about conformity as a type of social influence. Conformity is the process where we change our beliefs or behaviors to align with those of a group. And that can be due to either real or imagined pressure, but it's never due to direct requests. We change our behaviors without being asked to do so. So there are two types of conformity. There is informational influence and there is normative influence. Informational influence is a desire to be seen as normal, a desire to fit in and to engage in social comparison to those around us as a source of information for whether or not we are behaving the way we are supposed to in ambiguous or unfamiliar situations. Normative influence is the need to be liked or accepted by a social group, to avoid social rejection, and to fit into the social norms and to be desired by those around us. And the most famous experiment to demonstrate conformity is Asch's line experiment, where participants were sat inside a room and there were several pictures of lines shown like this, and they would go down in a line. Say there were 5 participants and 4 of them were actors and 1 of them was an actual participant, and they were told that every time they would have to pick the longest line from 1 to 4, and we can see obviously the longest line is the 3rd one from the left, but the actors would say that it was something else. And due to normative influence, which is the second type, the need to be liked or accepted by a social group, the participant would conform and agree with them and pick one that was clearly not the longest line just to fit in and not stick out and be an outlier. So Asch's line experiment demonstrated that even when participants knew that they were right, they still favored being accepted socially over being accurate about something. There was also another experiment with a smoking room and an alarm, and to see whether people would call for help if the people around them didn't, and it demonstrated that people would conform and not be the one to run out of the room, even if their safety was in danger, because they wanted to fit into that social group. So we can bring in the element of cultural dimensions here and talk about the ideas of individualism versus collectivism. Individualism really values personal values and personal autonomy, whereas collectivism values shared values, shared beliefs, and cohesiveness within a society. And here's where the idea of a nonconformist come in. Nonconformists usually align with individualism, and they have a strong sense of self, and they're motivated by self-determination over extrinsic pressures, so they're intrinsically motivated. And this means that they have strong moral ethical standards, and they don't really see the need to conform to society's norms. They kind of do their own thing, and they don't conform. So this shows that conformity doesn't apply to everyone. But it is said that more collectivist societies tend to see higher rates of conformity. Yeah. So conformity is just another way of, conformity is another way of explaining social behaviors within a large group of people and interpersonal relationships and why people act the way they do.